Okay, GDC viewers, my name's Nikki Inderlied. I'm with i4U News, sponsored by Sanyo Inderlied batteries, the best batteries for your wireless gaming. And behind me is the booth for one laptop per child. Next to me is Brandi. He's going to answer a few questions for us about the organization and the laptop. So Adam, how are you?
I'm doing extremely well. It's the last day of the conference. I've met lots of people here, so it's been really exciting, and this is my first conference representing OLPC.
So why don't you tell us about one laptop per child?
One Laptop per Child is a nonprofit initiative. It was started in conjunction with the MIT Media Lab. Our chairman is Nicholas Negroponte. He was involved with the Media Lab for many years. He was the president of Media Lab. And our president was also the president of Media Lab that succeeded him. But basically, this is a $148 laptop. The idea is that we're going to market it to developing countries, specifically to their governments, in order to provide digital infrastructure and basically enhance education there. Our chairman is fond of saying that it's an education project, not a laptop project.
So you're going to put this in schools and...
Yes, we're selling them to the education ministries, and we're hoping that they're going to distribute them to school districts, specifically those that currently lack digital infrastructure. And we're trying to provide for local content generation. We're hoping to get as much of the community involved as possible, and we're only dealing directly with governments at this point. Specifically, our green countries are the countries of Thailand, Rwanda, Nigeria, Libya, Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay.
So can the general public purchase these as well?
The general public cannot currently purchase these. There's been discussion of commercialization, but for the moment we're focusing on developing countries and their governments because that's where we think we can do the most good.
So what is your role with One Laptop per Child?
I'm an international content researcher, and I'm also an intern from Northeastern University. I've been studying what sort of aid organizations would be most able to help us roll out the laptop, and which ones, what societal institutions would have the most to say about what sort of content would be most relevant, and basically how we can make the project collaborative within our host countries, and how we can make it, strongly localized as opposed to some sort of the United States concept of how they should be educating their children. We want to just give them a tool, a resource, to provide their own standards.
So why don't you tell us about the laptop that you have in your hand?
Well, this is an early prototype. This is the 2B2, we call it. There was one beta before this, and we think that there's going to be one more before we actually roll them out in August. This runs on Fedora Core. It's a Linux variant. It's entirely open source, and most of the coding is being done in Python. It uses flash memory, not a hard drive, and that's how we keep costs down. In addition, this screen was developed by Marilu Jepsen. It's an extremely cost-effective and versatile screen. The computer functions on the basis of ad hoc networking. These are antenna, and it works on 802.11 wireless. The ad hoc networking allows it to automatically network with other children's machines, which is its official name is the children's machine. It will automatically network with them, and for such things as video conferencing, for just collaboration in general, and also in some cases there won't be internet for the machine just because of the nature of the communities to which it's going. So we're hoping to center the project around school servers, where we have a terabyte that contains content repositories, and in that regard we can allow them to share content, take content as necessary to their educational curricula, with which we're hoping to integrate these closely, and to just work on music, art, just any programming, language, just every sort of academic subject using the ad hoc networks. We're hoping to create collaboration.
And this is also dirt and water resistant, right?
This is fairly resistant, certainly more so than most other laptops. It's extremely durable. It's got a nice casing on it. As you can see, the keyboard is fairly well sealed. There's no room for anything to go within the touchpad. So for the most part, it's resistant to many sorts of damage and elements that that would destroy other laptops. Our primary rollout is going to be in August. We've been sending these to the education ministries for analysis. We just recently had a very large shipment. I believe it was around 10,000, though I'm not completely sure. But we've been allowing the education ministries to examine them and determine which communities within each country would most need them. Our primary rollout, like the actual beginning of the project, is supposed to be in August so that it'll be ready for the 2007-2008 school year.
One laptop per child sounds like it's going to be a pretty good cause for education for countries that really need it. So stay tuned, guys.